do not change for anyone. Website photos of models, modeling, fashion sort of things, I would go into agencies and they would weigh me as if that matters. Don't wait for someone else to make your modeling career for you. Could be absolutely anything. Jump onto Pinterest, get a bunch of ideas, be prepared to be rejected. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be the very first episode of this new series that I'm starting on my channel called, I don't know what it's called yet. I think this is going to be called like the modeling series or the modeling diaries or the model diaries. I have no idea. So I was on a shoot this morning and I was like, this could be such a cool concept. Obviously we're going to be talking about how to start, how to set up a portfolio, how to build maybe a bit of a following if that's what you want to do, red flags within the modeling industry and agencies and working with different people and what to look out for and what to be careful of. So I thought this could be a good start to that series because I want to talk about the basics and getting started and a little bit of advice that I've got for new models. So I hope this video is educational in a way and I hope you learn something from this video. So as I'm sitting down filming it today, the shoot was this morning, I'm filming this today, editing it and uploading today. So as you all may know, I do modeling. That is a big reason why I'm up in Sydney now, is so I can pursue it further. I kind of keep my YouTube career and my modeling career kind of separate just because like modeling's one job and then YouTube is just like some fun stuff where I like to film my health and fitness sort of stuff, then motivational videos and yada yada. But I was like, why the heck am I not joining them two together? I feel like that's just stupid. Like my YouTube channel should be a big representation of what my life is, and modeling is a massive part of my life. So I thought I'd bring you guys along. Even if you're not interested in modeling, I'll try and make this video as entertaining as possible. I guess this is gonna really help those girls or guys who really wanna get started and where to go and what the heck should they do. I would like you all to go and grab a snack, grab a drink and grab a pen and a piece of paper because we're gonna be taking notes on this video so that it can help you with your modeling career. So if you don't know anything about like my past with modeling, I've actually been doing it for around 6.5 years now. So it's been a while. I've grown up in Canberra, so there wasn't much like opportunity there. So I found myself coming to Sydney a lot more often, and that for me was like what I wanted to do. I didn't mind the drive. It was quite a long drive, but I was doing it so often because this is what I love doing. I was like, yeah, this is great. And not to scare anyone off or make anyone not want to join the modeling sort of industry, I did have to work for free for about 3 years, just doing free photo shoots. But that is just a part of life. I feel like every freelance or creative person has worked for free for a very long time before they started getting paid for the work that they do. You might be in a really lucky position where the first shoot you do you get paid for. That would be just the perfect world, and if you do get that, that is incredible. But just go in kind of expecting to do a lot of free work before you actually get paid for the photo shoots. I just absolutely love modeling, but an important note for this video is that I'm no longer signed with any agencies whatsoever, and this video will kind of talk about how to get into agencies, why they might be good for you, why they might not be good for you. So the reason why I'm not with an agency is because I'm currently a freelance model. I haven't found an agency that truly wants me for Jess Norbury, and I think that's something that's super important for me, is that they want me for not only how I look, but my personality, what I bring to the table, and my actual skill and creativity. So I just haven't found that yet. A lot of agencies that I have been with in the past or I've gone to castings for have told me that I don't fit their modeling measurement requirements, and that for me is the biggest red flag, saying that they don't care about anything else other than a measurement, which is just so stupid, to be honest. I would go into agencies and they would weigh me as if that matters, and I just don't want to be with an agency who only cares about a number. If you've got skill, if you've got the drive, if you've got the confidence, that is the key into being a good model. I honestly love freelancing. It is the best decision I've ever made, just to be in control of who I work with, who I don't work with, what sort of style things I shoot. So I love e-commerce, so if you see website photos of models, modeling, fashion sort of things, that is the sort of stuff I just love that. I'm very much into fashion, fitness, I guess a bit of runway here and there if I can. So that is a little bit of a background of my modeling sort of history, but if you do have any other questions about like things that I've gone through, please leave them in the comments below and I will get back to you. But now it is all about you. From here on out, this is going to be my advice to you on how to get started, setting up your portfolio, and what to do at the start, because a lot of people just say, like I even Googled this beforehand, I was like, oh, I wonder what Google would say if you were starting up modeling, and it literally just says, go straight to a modeling agency and they'll like take headshots for you. I'm like, there are so many cheaper and easier ways to go about this, and also ways to do it yourself without involving other people, because you honestly just need yourself and a camera to be able to get some cool shots set up in your portfolio. So first things first, you're a beginner model. What you want to do is look for a beginner photographer and maybe even a beginner makeup and hair artist as well, because you're both working from a similar level of experience. That way you can collaborate and make something really cool that benefits both of you for zero cost. So this is called TFP, time for print, time for photos. I don't know, there's so many other ways that you can say TFP, I have no idea, but I just say time for photos. And there are a bajillion groups on Facebook of these sorts of creatives. For example, say I was still living in Canberra, I would go on Canberra models, photographers, or Canberra TFP or something like that. Just search it into like the Facebook search bar and see what comes up in your area. Look for people who are at the same level of experience with you. You might want to find a second model, you might just want to find a photographer. It is totally up to you, but set up a TFP shoot. What you can do in this first post is say, hey guys, I'm an aspiring model. I'm looking to get some photos to start up my portfolio. Are there any photographers or makeup artists who would like to jump on board? Then before you post it, think of a concept that you really want to create for this shoot. So it could be a beach photo shoot. It could be a florally field sort of photo shoot, or it could be a high fashion sort of photo shoot. It could be absolutely anything. Jump onto Pinterest, get a bunch of ideas, pop those photos within that post, and then post it to the group and see what happens. You usually get some comments or some DMs of people being like, hey, like this is my Instagram, I've just started up photography. And from there, you can kind of judge the sort of character you're looking for. There might be a couple of different photographers that you can choose from. Just choose someone who you feel like their sort of style matches with what you're going for, or vice versa. It's a win-win situation, so it's a really good way to start out. So for your first shoot, I would always recommend bringing a parent. When I was modeling, yeah, I literally started when I was 14, so I have my mum at my first shoot. I'll pop a little picture on the screen somewhere of what my first shoot looked like, and I loved how the photos turned out. Like, it was so cool to be in like year 9 or 10 and have some professional photos taken. It was so cool. If you are under the age of maybe like 16 or 17, bring a parent. It is always the safest option. Okay, so you've done your first few photo shoots, right? So you've gone on, you've done a few TFP shoots, collaborated with some different photographers or different creatives in the industry. Now what you can do with those digital photos is set up an online portfolio. Back in the day, we used to have like a physical portfolio. I still have mine, but it's just not necessary anymore. Make your portfolio online. Now, how I did this, I went onto Wix, which is a free website builder sort of thing, and you don't have to pay anything unless you want to. You can upgrade your website so it's like the premium version, but when you're just starting out, you don't really need to pay anything to set it up. But you can go on their website and they have a bunch of portfolio templates. Use those, pop your photos in, set it up nicely. It may take like a day or so to really get it going. Have an about me section. So set that up so that when you do apply for any photo shoots, whether it be paid or TFP, you do have that online portfolio to send to them as like your background. It's like your resume, but for modeling. Also on top of that, social media is a massive, massive, massive thing in this industry. I can't exaggerate it enough. The amount of people who have found me or brands that have worked with me has been from them literally just finding my social media and contacting me from there. So it's opened up so many more opportunities. So I'd highly recommend either, I'm not sure about Facebook anymore, I think that's kind of dying off, but I definitely think that you need to create your online portfolio on Instagram. So that's how my Instagram started. It was just purely for my modeling portfolio. So definitely start posting more on your socials and use hashtags to really get that photo out there. Make sure you're tagging the photographer. And also, just while I think of it, never, ever retouch an edited photo by a photographer, because that is just horrible. Because that is their finished product, and if you go and re-edit that to like match with your feed or whatever, that's just not okay. I have been in situations in the past where a photographer has said to me, you can edit this however you want, and they've given me the photo and I can just like pop a preset on it and put it up. That's totally fine as long as they are okay with it. 99% of the time, don't re-edit a photo. So what you want to do after your portfolio and everything is set up is practice. That's all I'm gonna say. What I want you to practice is posing in the mirror. I know it sounds so dumb and so like cringy. Close the bathroom door and practice posing in the mirror, because this is how you're going to find that flow, so that when you are on shoot, you can go to a pose, they snap, move to the next one, move to the next one, move to the next one. So you're not like standing there like this for literally 10 seconds. I've clicked 10 photos and you don't know where to go. There's nothing more awkward than just standing there like this, being like, where do I go next? Practice your poses. Practice moving front, side, back, close-ups, everything. Just like practice as much as you can, and also practice runway in your house. So if you have like, even I could just practice along here. If you have a corridor or a space that you can just get like a couple meters in, back and forth, practicing in heels, go from one side, stop at the end, do some poses, turn around, walk back. So my next tip is self-care related, because obviously being a model, you are kind of a mannequin, not gonna lie. People book you as a canvas. That sounds really bad, I know. But hear me out. So when you rock up to a shoot, they want to be able to style you and style your hair and do your makeup the best they possibly can. So you need to come with the best canvas that you can. Some of the things I do within like self-care and making sure I'm photo shoot ready, because spoiler, people are gonna call you at like 9 p.m. and be like, hey, can you be ready by 7 a.m. for a photo shoot? So one thing is making sure like your nails are kept tidy at all times. I don't have like anything on my fingers, so that's always a good way to go. Just keep it basic and natural. It's a very safe option having no color or like a clear one, a nude color or a white. Also your toes as well. They might pop you in a pair of shoes where your toenails are showing. Just make sure there's like no cracked paint or anything like that. So with spray tan, some people like you to come with like a golden sort of glowy look. So always just check with the person if they would like you to come with a spray tan already done, maybe like a few days beforehand. So that is a very safe option. Just always ask what they would prefer. Come up with a good skincare routine that works for you, that always exfoliates like all the dead skin off, because a lot of people are going to be playing with your face and putting different products on your face and touching your face. That can cause a lot of breakouts. So just make sure if you're not having a photo shoot that day, maybe consider not wearing makeup and just letting your skin breathe. That's what I do. But find a skincare routine that works really well for you and your skin. This is kind of common sense, and you'd see a lot more of this sort of content on my YouTube channel, but obviously it is fill your body with good and nutritious food and also exercise regularly. The power of exercise and good food changes your entire life. So maybe if it's something that you're not into at the moment, definitely consider it because it is beneficial for everyone. If you want to check out any of my what I eat in a days or my workout routines, go onto my channel and select videos and you can see all of those. There are so many on my channel if you want to check those out, see what I eat in a day and how I train. I guess another thing is also just pretty plain and simple. Get your hair done regularly, make sure it looks nice. If you are wanting to go into an agency, that is totally fine. It's your decision. They usually do have a specific day where modeling agencies will open for casting. So just do a little Google search and see what day that is, or call them up or send them an email being like, hey, I would love to come in for a casting. Or what you can do is you can apply online. Usually modeling agencies will have a little section on their website which will be scouted or apply online, anything like that. But on the day where you go into any casting or an agency meeting, this is just pretty standard with what you have to wear. Think very basic, fitted and basic. So usually people will go with a black singlet and a pair of jeans. That is the safest option. If they don't give you any indication on what to wear a black top or a black singlet and a pair of jeans with a pair of nude heels. With hair and makeup when it comes to castings, I'd say for casting, so if you're casting for a job, then usually you can go with a very natural sort of makeup look. What I've got on at the moment is probably a good example of what you can do. I've got a tiny bit of like brownie sort of eyeshadow, no fake eyelashes, just some mascara. I've got some bronzer, blush, a liquid highlight. So you can also see exactly what my face shape is like, and you can probably picture exactly what I look like without makeup. For hair, just go with something like natural, you know, don't do anything too crazy. This is how I pretty much have my hair like all of the time. If it's not up in a high pony for the gym, it is down like this. And for meeting with agencies, more often than not, you will be asked to not wear makeup. So in this case, I would say just brush your eyebrows, make sure your skin is looking nice and hydrated. You can probably pop a little serum on it just to like make sure it's looking fresh and glowy. Pop a little bit of lip balm on, but apart from that, just leave your face bare so they can really see what your canvas is like. And so that is the basics. Now I want to talk about some red flags just to help some of you younger girls out there. I wish I had known these before I got into the modeling industry, because unfortunately everything that I'm about to talk about I've witnessed and faced, and I just would love for you guys to avoid any of these situations at all costs. Red flag number one, that moment where you feel slightly uncomfortable or someone has said something that makes you feel so uncomfortable, especially if someone is asking you to remove an item of clothing, take off your clothes, take off your top, and you do not feel comfortable with that. There is no way that you have to go ahead with that at all. I've been in situations where I have been asked at the start of the photo shoot to take off my top. I said no. They asked again at the end and I said no again. That is not a part of the agreement and that is not what I'm comfortable doing. Another red flag in this industry is if someone tells you to change your measurements. If they get you to step on a scale as well, that is just total bullshit, because your weight does not determine your skill at all. If someone's telling you to change something and you've already got a healthy gym routine, a healthy diet, and you're happy and comfortable in your own body, do not change for anyone. Because if you're young and you're hearing these industry professionals telling you that you need to either gain weight or lose weight in order to fit into a particular category, you're probably gonna listen to it and be like, oh, like I do need to do that for them. Sister, you do modeling for you. Another red flag is if you rock up to a shoot and they don't have a model release form for you to sign. This is usually just the agreement that gives them the right to use the photos on their website, on their social media, la la la. A lot of people I work with will send a model release form like a few days before. I sign it, send it back to them, it's all good. Some of them have it there on the day, but if they don't have one, full stop, ask for it. Okay, another thing is that if you get an email that seems too good to be true, be careful. It could probably be a scam. If an agency in New York is emailing you, you've never heard of them, never met the person, and they're like, hey, we want to fly you to New York and pay for all of your accommodation and give you this much money for this campaign, be careful. Could be a scam. They could be trying to hack your computer. They could be trying to get nude photos off you. Be very, very, very careful. Also, that's another thing. If anyone asks for nude photos, that is illegal. Okay, and my last red flag to look out for is joining fees for agencies, because that is absolute shit. There should not be a joining fee for an agency. I have been with agencies in the past that have made me pay like upwards of $800 to join their agency. I was young and naive, I had no idea. I thought that's how every agency was, but let me tell ya, that is not normal. If they are asking for that much for a joining fee, that is probably how they are making their money and not by actually booking jobs. If you're joining any proper agency, they will not have a joining fee. Alrighty, so I have a little bit of advice to give you and to remember during your modeling experience, especially at the start. Get some Polaroids taken. These are some of mine. I just think they are so important because they, as I said, they show off your canvas. You don't need anything fancy for the photos too. You literally stand up against a white wall and get your mum to take it on their phone. My next piece of advice is crucial, and that is don't wait for someone else to make your modeling career for you. If you want the opportunities, you have to go and get them yourself. Be prepared to be rejected. A lot. It's normal. Everyone in this industry has gone through a lot of rejection. You just have to show up to a casting hoping for the best but expecting the worst, you know? There are so many people that they can pick from, and it just like comes down to their own personal preference at that time. And there's nothing you can do about it. All you can do is go in there, be your most confident self, and then if they want you, they want you. If they don't, someone else will. Oh, I'm going to wrap up that episode there. I feel like I've been talking forever. If you did enjoy it or found it useful, please give me a thumbs up down below and subscribe for some more episodes. And also hit the bell so you don't miss when I next upload. But yeah, if you have any more questions, please leave them below and I will get back to you. But my name is Jess. I make new videos every 3 days, so I will see you in 3 days.